This weekend, the temperatures on Saturday only reached a high of 29 degrees, but that didn't stop more than 100 people from attending the Polar Pig Splash at Stutzman Harley-Davidson to raise money for Jamestown Regional Medical Center Hospice. According to Jan Barnes, the Jamestown Regional Medical Center Foundation Director, JRMC Hospice has helped 604 families in the area since its inception more than a decade ago. Though money is still being received, the estimate is that this event raised about $15,000 for hospice care at the Jamestown Regional Medical Center. People were able to stay warm while sampling chili and watching community members in wacky costumes dive into the pool to raise money. This year, there were 16 divers, the youngest diver only 5 years old. This was the 6th year the Polar Pig Splash, created and organized by Don Wagner, took place. Each year, the amount of money donated goes up. With the money raised this year, JRMC Hospice will be able to buy a specialty mattress and a suction pump to provide better care for hospice patients. Polar Pig is the biggest fundraiser of the year for hospice care in Jamestown. Individuals or groups raise donations for their jump into the water. People are also able to donate at the chili feed and on the silent auction. Barnes was very thankful to the community and the Jamestown Harley-Davidson Owners Group, or HOGS, saying, quote, "It's wonderful that the community comes together to do this. I thank Don Wagner and the HOGS and everyone who helped out." Volunteer firefighters are burned out and either quitting or not responding to emergency fires in the oil patch. The growing population and traffic is increasing the number of emergency calls to fire departments in western North Dakota. Most of the departments in that area are staffed with volunteers. Some volunteers can no longer take time off from work and their families to respond to calls. In some cases, the fire departments do not have adequate equipment to work with during emergencies. The State Energy Infrastructure and Impact Office is accepting applications for grants to help with training equipment and facility needs. The money for those grants will come from state taxes paid by oil companies. 3 members of an Afghan family living in Canada have been sentenced to life in prison for the murders of 3 teenage sisters and the ex-wife of one of the defendants. The jury took 15 hours to convict the man, his wife, and their son of 4 counts of first-degree murder for the death of the father's ex-wife and daughters. The 4 bodies were found on June 30th, 2009 in a car submerged in a 19th century canal lock in Kingston, Ontario. Prosecutors stated that the defendants killed the 3 teenage daughters because the family felt they had dishonored the family by defying their strict rules on dress, dating, socializing, and using the internet. It feels quite warm outside. Let's take a look at the weather with Jessica Gulseth.
Thanks, Beth. Well, no sun today, but surprisingly, it still stayed warm. We reached a high of 40 degrees with virtually no wind. Tonight, a 40% chance of rain before 4 a.m. and then freezing rain and sleet to follow. And we can expect a temperature of about 31 degrees. Although we may see some more sun tomorrow, we could see some snow as well. It should be partly sunny with a high of 39 for the day, with a 20% chance of snow and only a low of 20 degrees for the night. Wednesday, we can kick off the new month with another day of warm weather. Expect a high of 39 degrees or so with a light breeze and overnight low of 20 degrees. Thursday will fall in line with the rest of the week, mid to upper 30s, and the overnight low sitting at about 20 degrees once again. Friday will be a little cooler than the rest of the week, high 20s, just below 30 degrees with a low in the teens. And we'll keep the week and weekend blending together. You can expect some of the same temperatures for Saturday as well. Not much to say about this week other than warmer than last week with an average temperature of 35 degrees. So it should be one to enjoy. But that's all for today, Jamestown. Now back to you, Beth.
Thanks, Jessica. A woman in Des Moines, Iowa gave birth to a 13-pound, 12-ounce baby boy without any medication last Thursday. Kendall Stewardson gave birth to baby Asher 9 days late. This baby boy was 23.5 inches long, about 3 inches longer than average. To put this baby into perspective, an average baby doesn't reach 13 pounds until 3 months. The young woman gave birth to the baby with no drugs, and both mother and son appear to be healthy. Let's check in on sports with Josh Berg.
Thank you, Beth. The Jamestown High School boys basketball team lost their 3rd game in a row. In their most recent loss, they fell to Bismarck 80-70. 2 of their last 3 opponents have been ranked in the top 5 of the state. They will try to get back on the winning track at home Saturday, February 4th, when they take on Turtle Mountain. The game is scheduled for 7:45 p.m. The Jimmy men and women's basketball teams continue to be on a hot streak. Both teams collected wins this weekend over Mayville State. While the men improved their record to 20-4, the women improved theirs to 21-3. Both teams are currently ranked in the top 25 in the NAIA. Both teams are back in action Wednesday at the Jamestown Civic Center, taking on Valley City State. The track teams were both active at the Cobra Invite this weekend. Spencer Camoni picked up the only win for the men in the 800. Camoni's time was only 1.2 seconds from qualifying for nationals. Robert Nelson also did well at the meet, placing second in the shot put. The women had a good day as well. Eliana Reyes has qualified for national for the second and third events this season. She won the 1,000-meter run with a time of 2 minutes and 58 seconds. She also helped the distance medley relay qualify for the national meet as well. The other members of the team were Maddie Horning, Stephanie Erlandson, and Mallory Souter. Well, that about wraps things up. If you didn't get a chance to watch any TV last night, the AFC won the Pro Bowl down in Hawaii, and the Timberwolves lose a tough one to the Lakers, but Kevin Love had 33 points. If you are interested in reading about sports, come online and check out www.jccollegian.com under the Sports tab. That's all she wrote, and back to you, Beth.
Thanks, Josh. Well, that's all for tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Monday News Update. Tune in tomorrow when we continue to connect the campus with the community.